Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Gabby.
You're all looking so lovely today. Thank you all for joining us here in the sanctuary and online. As we gather here today for our Sunday celebration service, breathe with me for the opening affirmative prayer. There is one life, one mind, one perfect and perfecting presence which we call God. This presence is conducting this morning's service as infinite intelligence. Every word spoken, every idea expressed is a reflection of the wisdom, love, and reverence coming through our speaker this morning, practitioner Campbell, as she allows herself to be the perfect vessel to deliver this morning's message. Her words fall on open minds and receptive hearts, and everyone who listens knows that God itself is here and present. All systems work together to deliver a flawless celebration in worship that uplifts and inspires through the spoken word and beautiful music. I give thanks for this demonstration and release these words to the law, which even now is making it so. And so it is. Now, please stand for our prosperity affirmation. I live in a world that is filled with God's abundance, and I now claim this as my own. The riches of the universe are open to me, and I partake of them in wisdom and joy. All my affairs are under the law of prosperity. Increased good flows to me from all directions and through all people. There's no lack in my consciousness, for God's ideas fill my thoughts, and all is richness and opulence. I am orderly in all my ways. I am loving, kind, and gracious. I speak this day in terms of abundance. I expect increased prosperity to take place in my world, for I know that God's activity is alive in my affairs. I now give thanks that the riches of God are mine to use and enjoy in right ways. And so it is. Please remain standing while we do our chant. Let This Be My Way by Steve Golding. Please sit as we enjoy a moment of silence. Welcome back. There is one life. That life is my life now. Divine intelligence guides, uplifts, and nurtures all beings, especially the youth, who are the promise of a new world. May all youth worldwide walk in the awareness of their spiritual magnificence. And so it is. I say this prayer on behalf of all the youth worldwide, and I will now light the candle. Now please stand while we sing our mission song. Please remain standing for our first hymn, I Will. Lovely. Please be seated. Forgive me, this is my first time hosting. I have forgotten to read the announcements and reminders. I'd like to welcome any new guests. If this is your first time to the temple, please stand and indicate. Okay, no new guests. Welcome back, everybody. I'd like to invite everyone to silence your phones if, it might be a problem. Are you still dreaming of playing the piano or guitar? Well, stop dreaming, because it could happen this Sunday at 2 p.m. for a hands-on session with Alejandro Keating. Scholarships are now being offered to young people who want to start music lessons, so you can tell your friends and family members about this wonderful opportunity. Please join us on Tuesday, March 24th at 6 p.m. as practitioner Jennifer Livingston hosts a spiritual mind healing service, and her theme is Releasing Our Fears and Reimagining Our Faith. Please look out for the link. Recharge with the healing practice of Tai Chi on Fridays with Stuart Maxwell at the temple every Friday at 9 a.m. You can discover the health benefits of this healing art, and the contribution is $2,000 per person. Please be reminded that our temple's 44th annual general meeting is scheduled for Sunday, March 29th. That's next week, Sunday, at 10:45 a.m., so just after service. We will review the audited financial statements for the past fiscal year and select new members for the Leadership Council. So anyone wishing to serve, please speak with Reverend Michelle Senegal. The self-nominating forms for this should be submitted to the office by Monday, March 23rd, that's tomorrow, and the ministry reports are also due tomorrow. Thank you for your generosity with the tithes and offerings. Your financial gifts help support the Temple of Light ministry. Our banking details are available on donate.templeoflightcsl.org. Offerings are also accepted via the POS device that Shelly Ann has. Hi, Shelly Ann. Everybody say hi. And our 2026 financial year has begun. As a reminder that your membership fees are part of the TOL's budgeting cycle, and you can pay through the donate.templeoflightcsl.org link. Just remember to state that it is your 2026 membership fee. Prayer support is available with Reverend Michelle at prayer.templeoflightcsl.org, and our QR code is also available on pocket-sized cards placed around the sanctuary for your convenience, so you can easily participate in the service from your device. You can also view the loop online and in the sanctuary for the full list of announcements and reminders. Now we will have an inspirational reading from the Science of Mind magazine, August 2016, written by Reverend Dr. David Alt, and the Science of Mind textbook written by Dr. Ernest Holmes. All the World's a Mirror is the title. A fable speaks of a wise man sitting outside the city gates when a traveler approaches and asks him what the people in the city are like. The wise man asked the traveler what the people were like in his last city, and the traveler rants about how awful they were, unfriendly, mean-spirited, and just overall bad people. The wise man tells the traveler he will find the people in this city to be the same. The traveler moves on. Another traveler approaches and asks the same question regarding the people of the city. The wise man asks the traveler the identical question. The traveler gets a peaceful, loving look in his eyes and talks about how wonderful they were, loving, kind, and friendly. The wise man tells the traveler that he will find the people in this city to be the same. What we find is what we are. The world is a mirror of our belief. As we stop and glance at our appearance in the mirror, we make adjustments to fine-tune whatever needs attention. We don't blame the mirror. Let us seek the good and the true and believe in them with our whole heart. Even though every man we meet is filled with suffering and limitation appears at all sides. Any modifications to the image in the mirror must be initiated by us in order for the mirror to reflect our desire. And so it is. Shall we sing the first hymn again? I like it. Let's sing it again. Adele. I will. So it is. What a beautiful message. And an even more beautiful message to come as I welcome our very own practitioner, Campbell.
Thank you very much, Gabby. Let me add my own words of welcome to everyone here in the sanctuary and to those online. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are new online, do please identify yourself so that our technicians can welcome you properly. Thank you all for being here. Good morning again. Isn't this a gorgeous day? Have you been seeing the golden showers of Pui all over? And the vibrant bougainvillea, right? Resplendent in tropical splendor. Orange, magenta, red, fuchsia, absolutely breathtaking. And white, yes. And the daily rain that we've been getting, oh, everything just looks perfect. Happy, flourishing, and healthy. My topic this morning, is that better? My topic this morning is, want to change the world? Maybe. The world that I just described here in Jamaica is blissful and harmonious. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Yet I'm sure that we'd all agree that there are certain things about the world right now that we might want to change. As it seems every day there's a new level of uncertainty and chaos pressing in on every side. Less than perfect conditions that we're trying to navigate and stay afloat mentally, emotionally, physically. But here's the thing. Right now is the only time there is. Right now is the only time we have. So, today is a good day to have a good day. Say it. Today is a good day to have a good day. Now, Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of this teaching called The Science of Mind, reminds us that we cannot afford to focus on imperfection for a single second. For to do so is to doubt God, to doubt the efficacy of this power we keep talking about, to believe in a power other than God. So let's keep in mind that there is God and only God. There isn't God and something else. So, if change is our intention, then what is the process? It begins with asking the right questions. You know, you have to get the right answers if you ask the right questions. But if you don't ask the right question, you may get a not right answer. So, the first clarifying question is, why do I want to change? Is there something I feel is missing in my current experience? Now, you know that if you focus on what's missing, you're going to get more of the same, right? Where the mind goes, the experience flows. Are you feeling unhappy with yourself and or others and just can't understand why they can't change? Well, why can't you change? Wayne Dyer said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So what would a changed world look like for you? What we see in the material world does not come from the material world, but from an energetic field which is activated by us. We see through our own eyes, and each of us has a different perspective and a different lens through which we see the world. Now, that perspective can be influenced by many factors: people, environments, physical space, activities we choose to engage in, and so on. All these contain their own energies and can either uplift or tear down. You know, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. That's kind of hard to digest when everywhere you turn, Makajoku, right? For those of you who may not understand the lingo, it's hard to digest if everywhere you turn, things seem to be working against you. But to be happy, we need to know where happiness comes from. To be happy, we need to decide to be happy, to intend to be happy, which means surrendering those attitudes that perpetuate fear, doubt, anger, any negative thoughts and ego-based theories that could get in the way. And this applies to all aspects of our life: health, wealth, creativity, etc. And where does this begin? Inside. It all begins inside. If at our core there is a seed of wholeness wanting to burst forth and grow into full expression, but is feeling hampered, that can create what has been referred to as divine discontent. And that is usually accompanied by a certain restlessness or dissatisfaction. Now, this can be a two-edged sword, either pushing us forward to do and be better, or causing us to be so overwhelmed we stop in our tracks and stagnation sets in. But if change is what we want, then the status quo won't cut it. Change takes courage because it can't be forced or imposed through manipulation. It can only be allowed and accommodated by us, through us. Think about this. What if we're here to be change agents? Can you manage that? Do you think you could handle that? But guess what? We are here on purpose, for a purpose. Not one of us is here by accident. Okay? So no matter what is going on around us, we have complete control over how we show up in every moment of our conscious awareness. When I speak about conscious awareness, I simply mean the deliberate contact with an infinite intelligence that knows the how, the why, and the wherefore of life experience itself through us as us. You see, consciousness is the creative principle back of all life. What we believe becomes our reality. And that applies only to us. My reality is different from your reality, as it should be, because we are individual expressions. Our Declaration of Principles states, and I quote, "We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this nature is sure to be attained by all." And you know that by heart now, don't it? Let's say that in the first person. I believe the ultimate goal of my life to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature. From all discord of every nature. And that this goal is sure to be attained by me. How does that feel? Okay. We also believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is a law of God, which receives the direct impress of our thought and acts on it. You know what that means? What did it mean? Say what? It is responsive, yes. So when we understand and internalize this principle, we can see that we are not puppets being operated by the whims of some far-off, inaccessible deity. We direct the process as co-creators. We must see ourselves connected to the desired outcome and working in concert with the source of all creation. It doesn't matter what you call that source. Call it God, George, Matilda, it doesn't matter. It does what it does with absolute efficiency. You ever notice that when we feel inspired, and by that I mean being in spirit, one with God, things work easily, not without effort, but without struggle. For instance, a couple days ago, a friend sent me a picture of a beautiful fruit plate, and I casually said, "Oh, I would love to have that." Wouldn't you know, the next morning, another friend shows up at my door with a beautiful fruit plate and other goodies that I like. What do you call that, coincidence? Or the law being responsive? Now, if we sense a disconnection from the source, that could manifest as some resistance. And by resistance, I am meaning a resistance as in restricted flow of the desired good, as well as a resistance to surrendering our ego selves, which really gets in the way. Joel Goldsmith, writing in his book, Practicing the Presence, says this on page 16. "The human belief may be that there is a physical, mental, moral, or financial demand made upon us greater than our ability to fulfill. But the moment we turn to that power that is within us, recognizing that it performs that which is given us to do, a weight drops off our shoulders, and all of a sudden we are given the necessary ability, which we discover is not our ability at all, but something being expressed through us." End quote. We do have the ability to create a world that works for everyone, to create our own lives for good or bad. But to change the world is a tall order. we must intend it and begin right where we are to first change our world. There is no one out there, up there, down there, who can do it for you, because it is done through you. What if, and by the way, the theme for the month is what if, which I discovered later. But what if we could suspend the ego long enough to contemplate ourselves surrounded by and experiencing the circumstances we desire, in Technicolor, in surround sound, with all the attributes that we can imagine that this experience could hold? What if? Don't be afraid, because the ideas that you need are already resident in your mind, seeking expression. So repeat after me. I am a center of divine mind, a point of God-conscious life, truth, and action. Together. I am a center of divine mind, a point of God-conscious life, truth, and action. You want to do it so that you can say it, no? Okay, I'll break it down. I am a center of divine mind. I am a center of divine mind. A point of God-conscious life. A point of God-conscious life. Truth and action. I believe it was Raymond Charles Barker who said that if the desire was not already available to you, you would not have the idea to express it, right? So if something comes up for you, don't run away from it, don't shy away from it, investigate it and find the ways to get to it, right? So, what's stopping you? That's a question. What's stopping you? Yes, habit is one. There are some mental faculties that we engage in the creative process, and that is when change is our intention. So I'll highlight 6 of them here. Can we have the slide, please? First is imagination. Imagination, in my mind, is the key to the kingdom, the seat of our creativity, where there is no limit to what is possible. So think about this. If it were not already possible, you wouldn't be able to conceive of it. If you can see it in your mind, it already is. Okay? 2, intuition. That's that gut feeling, that inner knowing that knows without reasoning or rationale. We know without knowing how we know what we know. Any of you ever experienced that? Yes. All the time? Tell me about it. Give me one example. Yeah. Anybody, one example. Okay, Sonia, I'll shy this morning. Okay. Number 3, faith. Faith is our acceptance and assurance of the goodness that awaits us. Faith includes trust in the source, operating from a sense of cooperation rather than competition, because we believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. Number 4, will. Now we confuse will with willfulness. That's not the will I'm talking about. This will is a conscious mind function which allows us to stay focused on the goal and to be deliberate in our humanness. We seek to change the world, but to do that we need to be kind, to be loving, to be gracious, to be compassionate, to be generous. This is done consciously. It don't just happen, okay? They say nothing just happens, it happens just, right? Justly. 5, perception and awareness. We must stay alert to what is going on around us and within us. in case we need to make some changes, right? There is beauty and abundance all around us when we're open to seeing and experiencing it. Number 6, patience and flexibility. Eliminate doubt and negatives and accentuate the positives. The life principle itself will not be denied. Have the courage to allow the process to unfold in divine order. Any of us remember Pansy? That was Pansy's favorite phrase. Everything is in divine order. When we are one with the source energy and practicing infinite patience, we attract the right people, the right events, opportunities, etc., at the right time and in the right way. It's almost as if the universe is conspiring to create the ideal circumstances. And by the way, don't forget to pray. When it's obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. This advice is attributed to Confucius, the Chinese philosopher. He also said, "Who say I say all those things they say I say?" I'd like to close with an excerpt from a poem by the late Puerto Rican poet and playwright Miguel Piñero. The poem is called "The Politics of Change." Perhaps tomorrow. Perhaps tomorrow will bring a true tomorrow, and we'll no longer drift into other worlds, in other times, in other loves, in other shadows. Perhaps tomorrow, the walls of prisons built on mystical dis-ease will crumble and wash away like the sand castles on the beach. Perhaps tomorrow, for other spirits, there will be this tomorrow. Perhaps tomorrow will be my today, to become my yesterday of perhaps, where I will need no tomorrow. So you want to change the world? You sure? Why? Why you want to change the world? What is your problem right now? You don't have none. You have no problem right now. Right where you are is exactly where you need to be. So you don't have no problem, right? You have a problem when you start looking outside of yourself. Always seek to look within. That's where the tools are. That's where the answers are when you ask the right questions. So go do it. Use the tools that we have been given, and these are inherent tools. Use the tools that you have been taught. You have been taught many tools here at the temple in terms of how to access that inside power that we all have and use. It is not alien to us, nor it is that difficult to do. You just have to do it. All right? So, go do your thing, change your world so that you can change the world around you. One cocoa full basket still. Namaste. We have a very special musical item for you this morning. And it is by, well, we're now the Four Eyes. Okay. So, and please to clap when we're done.
Hello. Thank you so much to the temple singers, soon to be temple choir, for that lovely piece. And thank you so much to practitioner Carol Campbell for that lovely encouragement. Now please stand for the prayer for Jamaica. The radiant light is now flowing through us and from us to everything and everyone it touches. The eternal light of God's love now completely fills, covers, and surrounds our island, Jamaica. The glowing intensity of the light of God's love now interpenetrates and awakens within the hearts and minds of our countrymen and women the truths of life which set free. The light of God's love is growing and glowing in intensity in the hearts and minds of mankind everywhere. Love, health, harmony, goodwill, peace, uprightness, integrity, joy, prosperity, kindness, and our oneness under God are now established, and so it is. Now we will say the blessing for our love offering.
Lovingly I give, joyfully I receive. Be thou fruitful, increase and multiply. Bless, prosper, and enrich everyone you touch. Replenish all of my financial affairs. So be it. Thank you, Father. And so it is.
Now we will have our second hymn, Dear Lord and Father. And while we are singing this hymn, feel free to come up with your envelopes and place them in any one of the offering boxes on either side of the stage.
Dear Lord, my Father of mankind, forgive our foolish ways. Reclothe us in our rightful mind. Lord, our Christ and His mind, we will reverence praise. And with you reverence praise. We through the woods of our wisdom, thy goodness and thy love. Within our consciousness inspire, speak through the earthquake, wind and fire. Oh, still small voice of God. Oh, still small voice of God. Drop lies to doors of righteousness, to all our striving sins. Take from our souls the strain and stress. Fill me with all thy righteousness. O beauty of thy peace, O beauty of thy
Guys, don't be jealous because Shiloh sing better than you. Now for the acknowledgements, please feel free to be seated. I'd like to thank the musicians. Of course, the lovely temple singers that lead the songs for us every Sunday. The musicians, Ardale. Sylvan isn't here today, Uncle Steve isn't here today, but Ardale and Matthew are holding it down. Thank you so much. The ushers, I'm not sure who are the ushers this morning. Mrs. Elliott and Auntie Jennifer. I have to call them how I have to call them. That's Mrs. Elliott and Auntie Jennifer. I'd like to offer thanks to our tech team, Terrell, Chavonnet, Lawrence, Vance, and Auntie Christine. I don't know if I should thank myself for the social media, but I'm thanking Matthew. And of course, we'd like to thank the hospitality team. I see Reverend Sonia. I'm not sure who else is out there. I saw Chima earlier as well. But thank you to the hospitality team for the eatings that we receive. And I have a special prize to give away for who can guess who did the floral arrangements this morning. The birthday boy. Oh, okay. Auntie Lilith getting the prize. But yes, Sean is who we have to thank for our floral arrangements this morning. And today is his birthday. So if you pass by him, be sure to tell him happy birthday. We're celebrating him today. Okay, please remember to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel and follow us at Temple of Light CSL on social media. That's on Instagram and Facebook. And now I'd like to welcome back Auntie Carol for blessing the love offering and our closing affirmative prayer.
Thank you so much, Gabby. Please join me in a closing affirmative prayer and the blessing of the offering. So we breathe in the beauty of this moment, the joy, the reverence. We are grateful. We are so grateful for every person who has chosen to be a giver this morning. Giver of time, of talent, of treasure. All are gifts of spirit coming from the heart. And we know that these gifts go forward to bless, to heal, and to prosper everyone whom they touch, and to replenish the coffers of the Temple of Light Center for Spiritual Living. We are so grateful, and we give abundant thanks to everyone who has chosen to give this morning. So as we go from this place today, we go as one of God, one with God, and one with each other, knowing that wherever we are, we stand on principle, and we stand knowing that we are the way God works in this world. So to change ourselves changes each other, changes the world. We know that whatever we desire as change is already taking place because there is a perfect harmony to life. We give thanks this morning, and I release these words now into that infinite law that knows how to make it so and is already doing it. Thank you, God, that this is all so now, and so it is. Now let us stand and do our peace song. And we're doing peace today.